Okay, students, so here we go. So mean, median, and mode. Whenever we see mean, we say average. And when I'm looking at this word problem, the first thing I see is average. Okay, so they're talking about average. It says your grades on 3 exams are 80, 93, and 91. What grade would you need on your next exam to have an average of 88 on the 4 exams? To me, this is a really, really good question because this comes up a lot. If you think about it, sometimes you have a certain idea that you want to, talk to. Let's say, mom or dad wants you to get a 75, or maybe you're struggling in class, you just want to get a 65. What do I need to get just to pass? Or to get a B or to get an A? What would I need? So here's what happens. This is the answer. That's what you want. You want your average to be 88. Now, so far you have these exams. Your next exam, we don't know. So that's where algebra is going to come into play. So let's look at it this way. So this is saying that I have 4 tests. 80. Remember, step 1, we add them. Add up all the scores. 80 plus 93 plus 91 plus, I don't know what the next score is. That's a question mark. So I'll call it X. But let's imagine I did know it. If I did know it, I'd take all these numbers to find the average, and I would divide it by the number. Divide by number of scores. And the number of scores is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the average, the answer I really want, I want to know what it would be like to get an 88. So as I'm looking at this, okay, I start seeing, okay, here's a problem. So we did our 2 steps. Now, something occurs to me. Okay, we're going to have to do algebra. Okay, we're somehow going to have to figure out that X. Well, let's do something easy. Let's add up these 3 numbers first. I'm going to do that because that's relatively easy. 80 plus 93 plus 91. I can't add the X because they're not like terms. I get 264. Plus X over 4. Okay, looks a little bit better. Okay, but I kind of have to get X by itself. Now I'm just working on let's get X by itself. The problem here is I got to get this 4 out first. Okay, because this 4 prevents me from getting 264 or the X. I can't move those without getting rid of this 4. This is division. This number divided by 4. So the opposite division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply this side and this side by 4. What's going to happen is you have 4 divided by 4 is just 1. So I can bring down that 264 plus X equals 88 times 4. Well, that's going to change things a bit here. So 88 times 4, 352. Now, as you see this part, you're going to say, well, this is starting to get easier. Now, I'm going to say here, well, I'm going to have to subtract 264 here to get rid of it there. And we'll have to also do it to here. One side, you do it to one side, you have to do it to the other. These will cancel out and become 0. I can bring down my X equals, so this will give me the answer. 352 minus 264. 352 minus 264 gives me a final average of, well, would you look at that? 88. That's merely a coincidence that the same score would be 88. Actually, it'd have to be at least 88. X would have to be greater than, I would say greater than or equal to, if you want to throw that in. If you want to get really, really technical, right? We solved it, but we know we at least have to get an 88, okay? So if an 88 will give me an 88 average for the year, and that's maybe what I want. For some reason, I'm shooting for 88. I don't know why in this question, but they say you are. So you do that. Okay, so it's just taking the average and kind of working with an X in there. Remember this part. This is the tricky part whenever you do this problem, is the multiplying both sides by 4. I put an asterisk here. Remember that part. Okay? So, put 2 asterisks. So I want you to doubly remember. That's an important part. To multiply both sides by this bottom number here. And that will make it so much easier to finish. All right, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy your